Hey there, good looking. Join me for what is going to be an extra burn lower body workout. Listen, we're going to combine both full movement with an iso hold, which will really target the muscles that we just did in the full movement pattern throughout the entire workout. There's a lot of emphasis on the glutes in this workout as well because they are our powerhouse muscles and we need them strong to have a healthy low back, functional knee tracking, as well as help us in everyday living and activities. Now for equipment, I would love for you to grab a booty band and then dumbbells that you think are heavy and moderate for yourself, and you'll also need access to a wall. Now if you're doing this over on Over 50 Fitness ads free, this is also day 8 of our Muscle Hustle Challenge. And once again, I have my beautiful niece, Karis, here helping us out. So gather your equipment and let's go get started. All right, everybody, Karis and I are ready for you. If you like to track your fitness, press start now on your watch. This is more of a traditional strength workout, so if you have a strength setting on your watch, I recommend that. We're gonna start down on the mat, getting our core fired up, so on our backs, starting with a dead bug. So you got the arms lined up. Oh, my husband's calling me. He should know I'm working right now. And then opposite leg to arm, extending down, coming back. Now what we want to do, crew, is keep that low back neutral. So we're not allowing it to pop off the mat. We need to really activate and fire up our core and get it ready for the lifts that we're doing. Breathe out as everything extends down. Back of the neck is long. Heel to ground, thumb to ground. We have 4 more here. Here's 4. And 3. 2. 1. Arms down by your side, feet hip width apart. Using your glutes, lift up for a bridge, lower down. Do it again. Activating into the glutes here. So as we lift up, crew, make sure that you're not pulling apart the rib cage. I want the movement to come through the glutes. So keep the ribs what we call knitted. So they're more in towards the center of the body, not flaring out. Heels are close to your bum, so you can feel this in your glutes. We're actually gonna do heels a little further away to get into the hamstring, and that'll show you the difference between the two. Let's go for 3 more here. 2. 1. Now let's walk the feet halfway away from the bum. Okay, and now lift up. You're gonna feel a little slightly different sensation. Definitely glute, but you may feel the hamstrings fire up a bit more. The further away the heels are from the bum, the more the hamstrings take over. Good, let's go for 4. 3. 2. 1. Lie on your side, doesn't matter what side. Both knees are bent, keep the feet together, and now just lift the top knee up and keep that top hip forward. This is called a clamshell, working into that outer hip muscle, which is going to help us with the knee tracking for some of our squat patterns that we're doing. As we lift up, let's not let the hip roll back. So keep that top hip forward. I actually am leaning into my top arm on the mat to help myself stay there. You should start feeling again a little toasty there in the outer hips. How you doing, Karis? Good. She's doing good. Here we go. 2 more. The last one. Perfect. All right, Karis and I are going to flip over so we don't have our backs to you, but you can turn right over. Knees are bent, feet together. 3, 2, 1. Top hip forward. Lift that knee. Good. Roll into that for me. Breathe it out. So I had mentioned, if you're watching this on YouTube, that this is day 8 for the Muscle Hustle Challenge. If you want to do the whole entire challenge, join us over on Over 50 Fitness. There's a link down below for a 14-day trial. No strings attached, so you can try us out. Last 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Come into a stand position for me, everybody. Ugh. Center of the mat, we're going to take it to a sideline, step up, bum back, other side. So when we do this, we want toes, knees, hips, shoulders to me, pushing the seat rearward, and now getting the muscles of the front of the thigh activated. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kara is a personal trainer as well. I know, runs in the family. And she's based in Sunshine Coast, British Columbia, which if you've never been and you're going to visit Canada is probably one of the top spots to visit. We'll link her stuff up down below if you want to do a workout while you're there. Here we go. Let's go for 4. And 3. 2. And 1. All right, so we're going to do a little jumping like this, jacks, or low impact. So your choice. We just have 15 seconds of these. Again, I just need to get the blood primed, not primed, but the blood flowing, the joints primed. There we go. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, march it out at home. If you need a sip of water, now's a good time. We're gonna move into our first series, 45 seconds of work. Let's grab onto one heavy dumbbell. Toes are wide, dumbbell held goblet style. Sink down, knees track with second toe, drive to stand. So in today's workout, this is our full movement. So we're working through the full squat pattern, the concentric and eccentric contraction. The second movement, we're gonna hold it, time and attention, and really burn out the muscles, and then go through the movements again. So we have 2 sets of everything. Now remember, you can get rid of the dumbbell anytime if you're just not feeling it today. I want you to listen to what your body's telling you and give her or him, for a few good men that do follow me, what they need today. Sinking it down. See if we can get depth. Oh, look at that, dog hair. Time. I swear to God, when you bury me, you'll find dog hair. All right. We're gonna take the dumbbell with this hand. Okay. We're gonna sink it down. Join me at home. This isn't a spectator sport. There you go. And then drop, drop. So Karis and I are adding little pulses. What we're not doing is dropping the shoulder. So I want you to please keep the shoulder. Oh my goodness, it just kicked in. Did you feel that? Woo! So at home, this is an iso hold, or what we call time and attention. Hitting what? The quads. Yes. You're welcome. We got 2 rounds. Come on. You can get rid of the dumbbell and pretend you have one. Just keep smiling and keep loving me, okay? There's a method to the madness. You can dislike me right now, but we will be fast friends after, I promise. Here we go, last 5, 3, 2, 1, come to stand. Oh, all right, good news. We did a round. Bad news, we got 1 more to go. Whew. You ready, girl? Yeah. All right, so our sumo is a wide, toes turned out. Our dumbbell hold is goblet. Sink down, drop down. Good. Do you see how we coordinate? Huh? I know. I always have to do a lot of laundry after the nieces go when her and Cassidy, because this is all my stuff. Now, can you sink down to the elbows brushing the inside of the thighs? Just throwing it out there. Remember, you can listen and choose to follow what I say. It's your workout. But I don't think speed is going to work for this one. I want you to think more depth. Time. All right, now don't move those feet of yours. We're going to take the same thing again. Those sumo, we're going to pass that dumbbell. We're going to stay in that iso hold, finish off those quads, and then we're going to move on to the glutes and hammies. 3, 2, 1, sink it down. Let's go. Down. Good. Chest up, head up. Beautiful. Knees are tracking with that second toe. You got it. Hip hinge, bum is back. Big smile on. Come on. You showed up. You push play. Being miserable is not going to help anybody. There's that burn, she says. We had a bottle of rosé last night and pizza, so this is gonna make up for our sins of last night. Oh, goodness me. 10 more seconds, crew, and then we're gonna take the emphasis off of the quads. Come on, move. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, I want you to grab the dumbbell partner to those heavy. Karis and I are going to go to our side. Feet hip width apart, dumbbells in front. Pull the shoulders back and down. Abs engaged. Come down, knees bent, RDL. Drive to stand. So what we're doing here, crew, is we're hinging through the hip, feeling that length in the hamstring and the glutes. We also have a lot of upper back work here and core. So trainers, we love a deadlift. There's so many different variations of them for that reason. It's a full body compound movement. Take it nice and slow, not losing that spine. We got that long line, or what we call neutral, that lumbar curve, right? Shoulder blades pinched a bit. Now get that neck in line with the spine. And then ask yourself right now, is this heavy enough for you? If it's not, let's up it next round. One more. All right. Now I highly recommend you do the iso hold that we're about to do with no weight. Just throwing it out there. Karis and I are going to face you. We're going to sink down into a quarter squat. So join me. Now take this leg, curtsy lunge. Curtsy lunge. So I really want you to plant that back leg when you do the curtsy and drop it down. So yeah, it's going to be a little quaddy. Again, my apologies, but I want you to really fire up into the glutes and hammies. Woo, right here. So this is that time under tension. All right, so first movement pattern, full range. Second movement pattern, we pick on a muscle and we keep it tense for the entire 45 seconds. Loving it. Loving it. This is good for the knees too. Strengthen all those muscles supporting the knee joint. Good. Try to keep the upper body still, quiet. Beautiful. Whew. That was quad, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you got glutes. All right, RDL, second set. So can you go heavier? Just suggesting. Bend the knees to pick up the dumbbells. Feet hip width. Dumbbells in front. Hip hinge. Neck in line with the spine. Shoulders pulled back and down. Remember, slow and steady is the name of the game in today's workout. If you can speed through this, then guess what, sister? You are not lifting heavy enough. Remember, heavy weights. It's what's going to stimulate that muscle growth, that bone growth. In fact, it's even going to strengthen your connective tissue. All super important things as we get older. We got a couple more here. Come on. Breathe it. One more. All right, here we go. Curtsy lunge. Again, I kind of recommend no weights on this one, but if you're crazy, because I know there's some of you are, keep a weight. Maybe hold it goblet style. Actually, let's try that, Karis. Karis like, no, PJ. Yeah. No, Auntie PJ. Was totally okay the other way. But Karis, this is cool. Yeah, all the cool kids are doing this. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. She gets a muscle pull. Yeah. You get a muscle pull. I have a heart attack. But just keep working around my dead body. Just keep going at home. Woo. See, we're almost there. Last 10 seconds. Come on. One more right here. We did it. All right, grab two heavies. My beginners, maybe two lights. Let's rock them to the shoulders. This is where you'll need access to a wall for our second move. Let's get the feet shoulder width or lower. Now I want you to drop deep into your squat here. Now drive up just a quarter of the way. Drive back down to stand, 1.5. Drive, come up quarter, down to stand. So our squat pattern doesn't change. Hip hinge, bum seeking a chair rearward, knees track with second toe, abs braced. None of that changes. We're really hitting the muscles that surround the knee joint. All right, I want you guys to have strong knees. I have never had knee issues, and I know I should probably knock on wood now, but I think one of the reasons is because I do a lot of squats and lunges. Time. All right, Now we need a piece of wall. If you don't have access to a wall, you'll just hold without a wall. We have a wall sit. Whew. Well, I'm not going until that sucker dog timer goes. Let's get the feet forward, come down. Now we want the knees and the ankles lined up. Whew. Now pull the shoulders back and slide the chin in so the back of the head is against your wall. Whew. Beautiful. Excellent. Now just find your happy place. It's not here right now, I get it. So where was the favorite place you've ever traveled? Oh, think about that. The sights, the food, the wine. That's where I want you to focus. And I want you to hold on to that beautiful thought because your muscles will do more than you know it. So come on, you just got to take your mind out of the I can't. You got this. Less than 10 seconds. Let's breathe. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. All right, I think I need to rename this workout. Quad workout. Yeah. All right, round 2. Here we go. You're no weight? Okay. Here we go. Rock them or no weights with my friend Karis. 1, up, down. So 1.5. So we've got some time under tension on this squat pattern too. I know, super evil of your trainer. Whoever she is, she's just wicked. You should unfollow her. No, I wanted you guys, like I said, I know that there are many of you that struggle with knee issues, and I really want to strengthen the muscles supporting that joint so you don't struggle. Oh, and the good news is, this is our last set of all standing. We're going to grab the booty bands for the next series. One more. Time. Woo, baby. All right. So find a piece of wall. This is it. This is it. Yep. So find that wall, or if you don't have access to a wall, just hold that squat in space. Sink down. Ankles and knees lined up. Good. Shoulders against the wall. Slide the chin in. Excellent. Whew. What do you want to do with your hands? I don't know. You can do some wall slides if you want to work into your scap. Can clap. I don't know. Thumb war. Yeah. How do you, well, you're playing against yourself. So, thumb war with yourself. Who's going to win? Woo. All right. So these are our last 14 seconds. I want you to lift one heel up. Release. Lift the other heel up. Release. Come on. 10 seconds. Heel lifts. Woo. Come on. 5 seconds. Alternating heel lifts. Last one. Time. Woo. Oh, nicely done. All right, you at home, grab a sip of water. We're going to grab the booty bands and move that focus into the glutes, hamstrings, and outer hips next. All right, at home, I want the booty band on and one heavy dumbbell. Booty band's going to go just above the knees. Booty band is optional too, by the way, okay? If you don't like booty bands and don't want to dick around with one, don't worry about it. I want you to come down into a bridge position. So heels are close for this one. Dumbbell resting on the hips for my intermediate advanced people. We have 30 seconds of driving the hips up, keeping the rib cage knitted, focusing into the glutes. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's squeeze the glutes, lift up and down. So I place my hands lightly on the dumbbell so it doesn't roll down to my belly as the hips lift. When my bum hits the ground, I then get it back up. So I am constantly working that muscle. You can rest it there if you're getting a little tired. And then the band is trying to pull my knees together, and I'm using my outer hip muscles to keep my knees, hips, and shoulders in line. Breathe it. We have a 15-second break here, and then we'll lift the booty up and hold it there and open and close the legs. Now, this dumbbell on the hips is optional. I'm going to try it the first round, see how it feels, and then maybe get rid of it the second round, okay? So nothing changes. Let's lift up. We're just going to hold here. Now slowly open the legs and close. Keep the hips up, open and close. So here's our time under tension right here. We're holding the bridge, woo, and feeling it. So you might even come to the outer edge of your foot when you do this. Nice and slow. Again, that dumbbell resting on the hips, you can get rid of that, but don't get rid of the hips being lifted. Keep them up. All right, release. So those are our moves, all right? Let's do that one more time, and then we're moving on to a different series. So again, make sure those feet are close to the hips and about hip width or wider apart. Use your outer hip muscles to keep the knees in line with the hips, and now drive up. Keep the rib cage knitted and down. So we're not driving up and flaring that rib cage to your ceiling and saying, hey, look at me. Instead, we're using the glutes, not your low back. Now, if you feel some cramping in your hamstrings, and I know some of you have commented in the past you do, that, believe it or not, is because your glutes are not doing their job. They're saying, hey, hamstrings, you do it. It's a common issue for glutes not to fire on people. Time. So if that's the case, get rid of the dumbbell, and I actually want you to place your hands on your bum, and really feel and palpitate. Make sure you can feel the glute firing. Here we go. Lift up for me. Hold this iso hold. 3, 2, 1. Open and close. Karis and I were talking about this off camera about how, because she's a personal trainer as well, it's really hard for people to get their glutes involved. That's why we do a ton of glute training here, because it is an underutilized muscle, and it has so much protective qualities when it is strong for all of our movement patterns. Oh, how you doing there, kid? It's burning. All right, release. Now we're going to get rid of the dumbbell because we're moving into a one leg, which I find is enough for me. What I want you to do is take your right leg and bring it up. Bring your left leg a little bit more center of the body. Arms down by your side. Now drive up, just your left, and lower. Now here is where many of you may feel just the hamstring now. If that is the case for you, I want you to drop the other leg and do a two-legged, right? We want this progression of movement to be crisp. So we're not jumping to the next level if the first level is sloppy and the right muscles aren't firing. Breathe it. Now you guys are going to love the iso hold one. Time. Now we're going to stay with that same leg. We're going to lift, hold it there, and then slowly drop the right leg. So let's get that right leg up for me. All right, we will lift the hips here as high as we can. Hold it here. Now drop the right heel to the ground, and then slowly bring it up. Drop. Oh, bring it up. So iso hold here for that left glute. Should be feeling it. And we get an added benefit of working into the quad again and a hip flexor of the right leg. Holy moly. Mm-hmm. Who knew a little band could be so evil? Drop down. All right. Bad news. We got one more to go. Same leg. All right, we got this. Here we go. Let's take the right leg up in the air for me, please. We're lifting up and down, pressing through the heel, activating the glute, trying not to get just the hamstring involved. So if that means that you've got to drop this right leg down and feel into the glutes and really get an understanding of firing them versus the hamstrings, please do so. Now I'm going to shut up and let you enjoy the movement. Total utter sarcasm there. Woo, I'm taking longer breaks when the bum is down. Are you too? Oh, yeah. All right, now we're going to do the iso hold, allowing that right heel to come to our ground. So let's extend the right leg again. Now, if you've decided to keep both feet on the ground, you'll hold both feet on the ground bridge, right? You won't be obviously lowering this right leg. Flex the foot, lower down. Nice and slow and controlled. Doing, huh?
I'm making some faces.
Are you making good faces?
Yeah.
Nice. We need to zoom in on that. I'll tell the editor to do that. Zoom in on Karis. Woo! All right, so we are going to give that little left peach a rest. Let's lift the left leg up, walk the right leg in more the center of the body, heel close to the bum, arms still stay down by your side, or you can have what I call robot arms. Now press up and lower. I kind of like robot arms, but you play around with it at home. Explore your movements. Don't be so hard line that it's got to be done one certain way. Ooh. Now this is my weaker side. So she's already protesting. So I may have to go to 2 leg on this. Time. Whew. All right. So we are lifting and keeping that glute up while we lower your left leg. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, lift for me. Left leg extends. Now let's bring left heel to ground. Slowly back up. Breathing it out. Again, if we're cramping in those hamstrings, let's drop that left leg and hold an iso hold 2-legged bridge. And maybe even, as I mentioned, palpitating and making sure that you can feel the glutes. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, crew, here is the great news. We just have 1 more of each and we are done this workout. All right, done and done and done. So we're starting with the single leg lifts. Let's bring the left leg up, drive the hips up, lower down. So I had mentioned I might drop my leg down, but now that I, reminded myself that we're doing 2 sets, I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do it. So maybe you're the same. But again, listen to what you need right now. I am, however, going a lot slower than I did the first round. The pacing is really slow, but I'm good with it. Oh my goodness me. All right, so we've got the iso hold with leg lowering. This is it. Here we go. We've got that right foot on the ground. Let's bring the left leg up. Drive your hips up for me. Hold them here. And now let's lower that left leg down, heel to ground, and bring it up. Keeping the hips up. Again, maybe dropping this foot down and holding an iso hold there. Are you feeling it in your hammies?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's that. Yeah. So go just 2 legs.
2 legs?
Yeah, and just hold. Yeah. Way to get out of that one, Karis. Yeah, so it's important, you guys. Like, don't think that, this is an ego thing. It's all about making sure we got the right muscle. Time. All right. Let's get this silly thing off. Whoever invented that is evil. Bring the knees in. Listen, I'm going to respect your 30-minute time, so we're just going to do a quick stretch. Remember that there's always different options on both the YouTube channel and Over 50 Fitness to find your stretches. Feet on the ground for me. Right leg crosses right over like you're wearing a skirt. And then bring both knees in. If you can bring the hands underneath, pulling the knees in to get into the glutes there. And say hello to that glute. If you're on YouTube and you want to enjoy the whole entire challenge that we have on Over 50 Fitness, there's a link down below to grab a 14-day trial. We have such an amazing community over there. You will be loved, welcomed, and supported. The women and a few good men that are a part of that community, they're pretty darn special. Release, other side, cross over, bring in. Now, I feel like we should stretch our quads too. What do you think, Karis? Yeah. So we'll finish off with a quad stretch. I was going to end it here, but I thought, ooh, we really burned those quads at the first part. So let's release the stretch. Just come onto your side for me at home. Doesn't matter which side. Bring that top heel to the bum and then bring the knee down. Now, this may mean maybe grabbing a yoga tie. For instance, if you've had a knee replacement, that knee joint's not going to bend. So what you may have to do is get some assistance with that yoga tie. Once again, I really recommend yoga strap or even a bathrobe tie, an old necktie, and a pair of yoga blocks in your workout area. They do help things become more manageable. All right, now you at home, you can just roll over. Karis and I don't want to put our backs to you, so we're going to flip around. Again, let that head drop on the bicep, heel to the bum, pull the knee back. Woo! That feels good. and release. Well, everybody, we did it. Karis and I want to thank you so much for joining us. We think you are pretty darn amazing. Drop a comment down below. Love to hear from you. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye.